Hello, my name is Rajesh Malhotra. I'm a sales coach and also known as a knockout sales specialist. I did a video about 6 months ago about people who were interested in starting a career in sales or selling. Obviously, we live in very turbulent times, especially over the last 2 years. The employment market has changed dramatically. But I just want to talk about the getting a job or a position in sales, even if you don't have any previous experience. Sales has got a bit of stigma in the UK for some reason, because you have this idea of a double glazing salesman or second-hand car salesman. However, selling as a skill, or if you swap it with other words, persuasion and influence, can really help you in any job, career, or even in your interviews. I got into sales by accident because I wanted to learn about property, and I became an estate agent as a sales negotiator with one of the UK's leading chains at that time, a company called Spicer Hart. They own loads of brands. And my journey into sales was, let's say, not straightforward. However, as I learnt to ask the right questions and listen and build rapport with the buyers and the sellers of property, I became more confident in my abilities. I had to do cold calling as well, and deal with rejection and failure. The only thing is, this is part of the territory. But what my point being is this: you can still get a job and career in sales. I would say, even if at the moment you're at home and you've been, for some unknown reason, been made redundant, and I'll come to the point about redundancy in a minute, or are you currently furloughed, and the furlough scheme is probably going to come to an end very soon. I'm not sure if our illustrious Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak, will extend it. Vast industries such as and sectors such as hospitality, catering, and retail have been hit hard by the pandemic, and also by online. So going into sales, I would say, would make sense as a job or even a career. You can start in direct sales. There's network marketing. You could be a self-employed commission-only salesperson. You could even get into double glazing or selling electric, gas, door-to-door. The sector is wide because every business needs salespeople. Nothing happens until something sells. Businesses only have marketing, production, accountancy, manufacturing if somebody goes out and sells. If you have no sales, you have no business, you have no customers, you have no clients. Therefore, you won't have a marketing or a production or accounting, payroll, or manufacturing department. A lot of entrepreneurs, like myself, have to know how to sell. Because if we don't sell, we don't get clients. We don't get clients, we don't eat. So we're on the sharp end. Now, going back to what I was saying is, if you're unemployed or you've been made redundant through no fault of your own, please don't despair. I want to make it clear that it's not you that's been made redundant, it's your position. You are still the same person. You still have the same knowledge, expertise, and experience that gained through a lifetime. Now, you may have worked for a company for 30 years and suddenly they've let go of you, or you may have taken voluntary redundancy. So you've got two options here. You could either, actually you've got many options, but one of the options could be to go back into sales as a self-employed sales agent. And I mean, there's many opportunities there. If you go onto companies like Sales Agent or Sales Agent Plus or Agent Base, there are always companies looking for self-employed commission-only sales agent, and you can do it part-time. You don't have to do it full-time. The other option is, you can go into becoming a consultant, like myself. So you could get in touch with companies. You could even use your last employer as your first client, and then build up from there. Or you could decide to start your own business. You could start your own business. I mean, obviously, starting a business, I won't cover that on this session, but I will cover it on the next session. There are things that you need to have. You don't necessarily need to have experience, but this is something that I will discuss at another session. But my point being is that if you look at it, you look at the job market at the moment, it is very intense. It is very fierce. There's a lot of competition for jobs. But if you go into sales, and you can go into sales while still looking for another position, but obviously you want to give your full focus on sales itself. Certain industries you will need a car, especially if you wanted to be an estate agent like I was. Some estate agents take you on without any previous experience, as long as you've got a car and a driving license. So there could be an option there. You could even, become a recruitment consultant. Now, I know some recruitment consultants, they do ask for previous sales experience. But if you're very good and you're quite confident and you're good on the phone, I have no reason why you can't start a career as a recruitment consultant, or you could go in as a resourcer. The reason I did this video is because someone contacted me on LinkedIn and said they wanted to be an estate agent or a real estate agent, and they were finding it very difficult. And I explained to them that when I became an estate agent, 1, I didn't have any previous sales experience. 2, I didn't have any previous property experience. 3, I suffer from a long-term medical condition. I'm a type 1 diabetic and I have to take insulin injections. So all those things were sort of stacked against me, but I still applied. Yes, I applied to a lot of companies and I got rejected. However, one company took a chance on me, and yes, it was tough. Believe me, it was tough. I remember my first property that I went to show. I was nervous as hell, and literally I had to wing it. It showed this young couple. If you see my previous videos and posts, sure, really nice young couple. My first property that I went to, I was nervous, but a little bit excited. But I didn't really know what I was talking about, and they must have assumed that this person, estate agent, is a bit of an idiot or a moron, for want of a better word. So I changed my approach, and slowly I started asking the right questions, and listening. For me, listening is still a challenge sometimes because I do like to talk. However, if you want to be a good salesperson, learn to listen. And what else I would say is start investing in yourself. Watch YouTube videos of successful salespeople. Buy books, build your library, invest in yourself. Because when you're going to a company, and it could be selling anything, from tangibles, which are widgets, it could be property, it could be cars, to intangibles, which could be coaching, consulting, even customer services. You do need to have certain skills, but you can develop those skills. What I would say is always have a professional attitude. Have an attitude and have a self-belief in yourself. It's not always easy, especially if you're having loads of challenges like I had recently. But if you have the belief that you say to yourself, I can and I will do this, I can and I will apply for this position, get the interview, pass the interview and get the position, I can and I apply myself to anything that I do, things will start changing for you. No one can do this for you. You have to do it yourself. But I would suggest, if you can afford it, get yourself a coach. Now, it comes on to my next point. I know the last video, I was a bit casual. Here I'm a bit more presentable. So what I'm looking for is 5 estate agency owners and looking to increase their sales and valuations, but also if they're doing really well with their valuations and instructions that they're bringing, kudos to you, bravo. The UK market's booming at the moment. However, have you thought about how much time you're spending in the office? Are you all constantly tied to your office? Are you constantly delegating to your staff? So I'm looking for 5 estate agency owners. Have a 1-hour call, 90-minute call. See if we're a good fit. I can give you some techniques, give you some value, get in contact with me. Also, because I like to give back to the community, I'm also looking for 5 people who are looking to maybe start a career in sales. So if that's you out there, get in contact. Like I said, I'm not a careers coach, but I can give you some techniques to help you, especially if you're going for interviews. I have to say, I've been in a lot of fields, had a lot of occupations, but I found that sales is one of the most hardest but most rewarding work that someone can do. I mean, I'm proud to say that I'm a salesperson. You know, whatever I do in my future career or my business, I'm proud to be a salesperson, because sales, according to Tom Hopkins, is the lowest paid easy work and the highest paid hard work. There's no ceiling. You know, that's why a lot of people who earn sales decide to be self-employed, because there's no ceiling to them. You know, the sky is the limit. You can literally write your own ticket. And also it's very rewarding, especially if you sell a product and service and the client is or customer is so happy. You get a real buzz out of that. Name me many professions you can do that in. I mean, there's professions where you can help people like nursing and doctors and stuff. But the fact that sales, and I wish I'd gone into sales a lot longer, that's previously, that's my only regret, but better late than never. And you can be a salesperson at any age, you know. So that's my thing to you. In the meantime, I know people are feeling a little bit down and despondent after last night's match. But I just want to say, despite what the result was, I'm very proud of the England team to get to the final. All the players and also the manager, Gareth Southgate. It does sting, does hurt, but it doesn't matter. You know, they got to the final. That's an achievement in themselves for those that follow football. But there's the World Cup coming up, and we've got the Olympics next week, and also Wimbledon just finished with Novak Djokovic and winning the 6th Grand Slam title. So, you know, these are people at the top of the game, but they have coaches, you know. So if you're looking for a coach and a mentor, get in touch with me. Otherwise, as always, keep safe, and until the next video, which I'll decide when I'll do, depending on if I get a lot of people interested in it. As always, please keep safe and sound for your families as well. Take good care until the next time. Bye-bye.